same heritage. We share the same Israelite identity. Now let's be one. I know you should come in with an attitude. This is a celebration of my brother Judah, and this is the time of year when he acts silly to remember his indestructibility. And by showing up, I'm declaring my support for him, my unity with him, and the fact that if he's indestructible, I'm indestructible. Or as John Hagee always says, if Yahweh can't keep his promises to the Jews, neither can he keep his promises to Christians. If he has replaced the Jewish people with a new bride, then he can't be relied to be faithful. From Matthew to Revelation is a myth. Yahweh didn't once in one covenant be faithful, and the next covenant become unfaithful. So Purim is a celebration of unity, loyalty, indestructibility as part of the chosen people, and Yahweh's faithfulness to both houses. Because now Ephraim wants to come to Purim. So he wants to see Judah acting silly. He wants to see these little Jewish babies running around in Superman costumes thinking they're Mordechai. See, now Ephraim is getting ready. They used to be judgmental. They used to feel like it's irreverent to behave such a manner in the house of Elohim. Now they're going to come watch Brian make a fool out of himself. Because he's Haman. Last year he was impossible. There was so much hate coming out of Haman last year. Haman was just all over the place. You Jew! He was hamming it up. Hamish a Haman. He was a real Hamish a Haman. Where's the camera? You just missed a shot. Okay. That was a spontaneous, live, instantaneous, unprovoked, unrehearsed picture.
Yes.
What it is. Between two Yehudites.
Alright. Tradition, listen, tradition teaches that King Ahasuerus searched for 4 years for a queen, during which time he considered 1,400 contestants before choosing Esther. Mordechai, this is interesting, listen, refused to bow to Haman, and he was a descendant of Benjamin, the only one of Jacob's children who did not bow to Esau.
The only one.
When Yaakov was coming back and met Esau, his brother, all the children bowed to Esau in reverence. It was a Middle East custom. Homage, reverence, okay? Only Benjamin didn't bow. Mordechai was Benjamin, he didn't bow. Paul, Rav Shaul, was a Benjamite. He went to Corinth and Athens and Macedonia, and he didn't bow at the feet of idolatry. He didn't convert to Christianity. He called the Macedonians and the Athenians and the Corinthians to come out from among them, be ye separate, touch not the unclean thing. He didn't bow to the pressure of Mars Hill. He didn't bow to the pressure of the Aragapis.
Benjamite.
He was a Benjamite. And when a Benjamite bows to that spirit, like King Shaul, he's removed from being Yahweh's anointed. Baruch Hashem Yahweh. I don't want to get too theological right now. I got to withdraw a couple steps. Vashti, the first rejected queen of King Ahasuerus, was the great-granddaughter of Nebuchadnezzar, the Babylonian emperor who destroyed the first temple. We know Esther's name, her Hebrew name is Hadassah. We know that, of course. We know that. Baruch Hashem Yahweh. Okay, when it comes to celebration, let me give you some celebration tips, if I may. Number one, as I mentioned, is a time for family and friends. Number two, it is customary to hold carnivals and plays, parodies, beauty contests. That's an idea. One year we could hold a beauty contest. That'd be somewhat carnal, I guess, right?
Oh yeah.
So we can.
You would win.
I definitely would win, especially with my hip, because I'm hip. When the story of Esther is read on Purim, it is, listen, this is what's going to happen tomorrow. It is traditional to interrupt the reading of the Megillah, like when Raina's trying to read. I don't know if she's going to be up to it again this year after being humiliated last year. But the lights probably will be out. There's a flashlight. There'll be strange noises and maybe like chihuahuas running around. Anything can happen. So be ready. Avraham, be ready. Anything can happen. Okay? If you feel something like crawling up your leg. It's not an ant, it's my dog. Baruch Hashem Yahweh. Or Tehilah's dog. But we'll negotiate later. So, it is customary to interrupt the reading of the Megillah with celebration. Noise-making devices will be distributed called groggers. Write it down, groggers. We're going to... When Haman's name is going to be mentioned during the reading of the Megillah, the book of Esther, Megillah Esther, 54 times Haman's name will be mentioned, and 54 times we will erupt into a deafening chorus of groggers, clanging pots, cap guns, booing, sirens, or if you're from Alabama, sirens. Okay? The congregation will applaud and celebrate when the hero Mordechai is mentioned. When Haman is mentioned, we take our groggers and we go. What I would recommend doing is what a lot of my traditional Jewish brothers do. They write Haman's name on the bottom of their feet. Okay, they write Haman on the soles of their feet. And every time Haman's name is mentioned, you stomp your feet and you're blotting out Haman's name from under heaven. Okay? And by the way, Haman, do you notice Haman's name rhymes with another name? Haman, Satan, Haman. So we could write the name Haman on the bottom of our soles of our feet and just stomp. Every time we hear Haman's name mentioned, stomp him out of existence. Baruch Hashem Yahweh. I'm sorry? Pork, ham. Baruch Hashem Yahweh. The noisemaker, it's a Yiddish word, grogger, as I mentioned earlier, is used during the traditional reading of the Megillah. It was introduced to amuse the children. Listen, initially it was introduced, in case you're wondering, to amuse the children to keep their interest when the whole Megillah was being read. After all, it's the whole Megillah. How many chapters? 10 chapters. So it was designed to, how else is the child going to sit there? But our children don't have that problem. A, we don't have that many children. B, we have 10-hour services. We're talking about normal people. We're like beyond that, okay? So normal folks give out the grogger so the child will sit there for the reading of the entire Megillah. We sit there anyway because we are accustomed to doing that, and if we don't anyway, Angel would probably kick our tush if we didn't stay put. Anyway, where were we here? So grogger is the Yiddish word for noisemaker. Noisemaker. It's an old joke summing up this holiday. It goes something like this, and I use it for other times, but it goes something like this. They tried to kill us. We won. Let's eat. Have you ever heard me do a little bit of a spin-off or take off on that? Hey, they tried to kill us. Not just to kill us, they tried to kill our whole nation. We won. Let's see. You've heard that before, right? It comes from the tradition of Purim. You're right, I'm right, let's see. As I said earlier, Purim meal is part of the fun. Giving gifts to the charity is part of the holiday. And let me talk a little bit about today, which is the fast of Esther. Go with me to Esther, chapter 9, verse 31, please. Esther 9, 31. Not only is it a time of celebration, which is what? The 14th and the 15th. What day is the 15th? Shushan Purim. I'm glad everybody... Ay, ay, ay. Look what we got going here. Who's... Yochanan. Mordechai is early. Look what happened. Mordechai. Are you deaf? Mordechai, come here.
He's going to do a Russian dance.
Look what happened. In the middle of the service.
I need Mordechai.
Take a look. This is an Ephraimite that's gotten caught up in Jewish stuff. See what happens to Ephraimites? You don't want to go overboard now. You want to take this Israelite stuff slow, or else you'll wind up like that. You'll have Mordechai interrupting the service. And the camera lady won't know what to do. She gets it at the last instant. Mordechai, thank you for coming early. Better you than Santa Claus. If I had a choice,